Imagine sitting at home, alone, in the quiet of the night. When suddenly, you hear a sound, a creak, a whisper, maybe even a knock at the door. These aren't just stories, these are real experiences, true Home Alone horror stories that happen to real people, and each one is more terrifying than the last. So turn off the lights, get comfortable, and prepare yourself for a journey into fear. Welcome to Scary Home Alone horror stories that actually happened. In a quiet, little cottage deep in the woods, lived a young woman named Lily. One chilly night, as she sat by the fire reading, strange noises began echoing from the attic above. Initially brushing it off, her curiosity eventually got the better of her. Armed with a flashlight, she climbed the creaky stairs. As she reached the top, the noises stopped, and she found herself surrounded by old furniture and cobweb-covered boxes in eerie silence. But then, something caught her eye. A small, furry creature scurried across the floor, its eyes reflecting the light. Relieved and intrigued, Lily offered it a piece of cheese she'd found, and to her surprise, the creature nuzzled against her hand. They became inseparable, exploring the woods together, Lily finding joy in what had once brought her fear. Some months later, during a stormy night, Lily heard of an abandoned house rumored to be haunted by spirits of the past. Her adventurous spirit led her there, and as she stepped through the creaking door, the air grew thick with whispers and eerie footsteps. The darkened rooms seemed to close in on her, and a shadowy figure appeared with eyes full of malice. Heart racing, Lily turned to escape, but it felt like the walls were closing in. Just as hope began to fade, a gentle voice whispered directions, guiding her to safety. She fled, forever haunted by the shadows of that night. Grateful to escape with her life and a deeper respect for the mysteries of the unknown. As we dive deeper into these eerie tales, remember that the ordinary can sometimes hide the extraordinary. A familiar home, a simple evening alone, or even a flickering light can all be gateways to the unknown. Let's continue, as each story reveals how even the quietest moments can spark the most unexpected encounters. It was a dark and stormy night, the kind that sent shivers down your spine and made you grateful for the warmth of your cozy home. A young man named Alex sat curled up on the couch, sipping his tea as he watched the rain beat against the window. The soft glow of the fireplace filled the room, casting dancing shadows on the walls. Lost in thought, he enjoyed the peace and quiet, feeling safe from the chaos outside. Suddenly, a loud knock at the door jolted him from his thoughts. Heart pounding, he set down his cup and cautiously approached the door. Peering through the peephole, he saw a shadowy figure standing on his porch, their face obscured in darkness. With a deep breath, he opened the door to find a drenched and disheveled man with an urgent look in his eyes. The stranger explained that his car had broken down and asked if he could use Alex's phone. Reluctantly, Alex invited him inside. As the stranger made his call, Alex couldn't shake the unease that lingered in the air. Though the man thanked him and left, he felt as if something unusual was still hanging in the night. He watched the stranger disappear into the rain, wondering what secrets he carried and if he'd be the only visitor to disturb his peace that night. The storm continued to rage outside, and as dawn approached, Alex realized that sometimes, even the safest moments can lead to the most unexpected encounters. He couldn't shake the thought of the stranger, leaving him to wonder what other mysteries might lie beyond his door. Waiting for the next knock. Strange things often hide in plain sight, waiting for a moment to reveal themselves. Whether it's a quiet house, a flickering light, or an unexpected visitor, these small mysteries pull us into something far beyond the ordinary. Now, let's step deeper into the unknown with our next story. After a long semester away, a college student named Alex finally returned to their childhood home. Nostalgia washed over them as they remembered family dinners and late-night study sessions. But as Alex got out of the car, they noticed something odd. the basement light was on. Curious, they made their way down the stairs. The light flickered, casting eerie shadows on the walls. With every step, a growing sense of unease settled over them, especially when a faint rustling came from the corner. Heart pounding, Alex approached the sound and let out a sigh of relief to find a small raccoon rummaging through boxes. They chuckled, guiding the little creature out, realizing the basement was still full of childhood treasures and memories. That night, as Alex settled into the living room, they picked up a novel to unwind. Suddenly, the lights began to flicker, and the electronics buzzed with intensity. The house seemed alive, and a strange energy filled the air. Intrigued, Alex followed the flickering lights down to the basement, where they found a mysterious, glowing device hidden among the old boxes. Without thinking, they reached out, and the moment their fingers touched it, a surge of energy flowed through them, bringing a strange, exhilarating power. That night marked the beginning of an unexpected journey, one sparked by a nostalgic homecoming, a curious raccoon, and an unexplainable surge of power waiting quietly in the basement. And so, these tales remind us that the line between the ordinary and the extraordinary is thinner than we might think. A familiar home, a quiet night, or a sudden knock at the door can hold secrets waiting to be uncovered. As you go about your own life, remember that sometimes the simplest moments hide the most chilling mysteries. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the unknown. If you enjoyed these stories, be sure to like, subscribe, and share your own eerie encounters in the comments below. Who knows? Your story might be next.